We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments. We're going to look at this chart and everything about it because this stock hit all-time lows here in this bearish run, right? Since we've seen it hit $28, it had hit an all-time low here of $742, a little bit below that $750 range, and it's broken out of it. The question is this a bull trap? But before we discuss more about it, I want to share with you guys the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. We managed to find a home run and the other opportunities as well that I mentioned. I want to share them with you guys. We're going to jump right back in here to CLOV stock. If you want to become part of the community, you're more than welcome to, and we look forward to having you join us. So the home run of the day was spectacular, and we also had other stocks that gave realistic expectations of 10 to 20%. And if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned XERS, REDU, VVOS. This turned out to be our home run of the day. I was not chasing REDU if it didn't pick up momentum, but it's near its 52-week low, so it is something to watch moving forward. And then also I mentioned CASI on Friday afternoon. The news broke out that the CEO bought a large amount at a specific price, and the stock was a little bit above that, and it continued to push up a little bit higher today, and definitely one to continue to look at and monitor moving forward because it's had some insider buying. So let's go ahead and look at these charts. So these charts are charted with 42 vision. That's something I talk more about over at the Patreon, and you can gain access to if you're interested as well. The link is down below. By joining, you'll gain access to the community, and if this is something that you specifically want to get access to, you can go ahead and see all the videos and information that I share on how to gain access to it because it's in a specific tier level called 42 vision. So VVOS, we caught this one in the pre-market, and it was actually sitting sideways and bounced up 10 to 20% as it went towards the bell, pulled back, ran up again, pulled back again, and took off to a highest point of 40% plus at that peak, guys. That was phenomenal to start off the week for a Monday. Now, XCRS, everything moved pretty quickly. This all happened in a matter of 30 minutes. It was pulling back towards the bell. We started watching on this dip. It ran up for a 5 to 10% jump, pulled back down, and took off to a highest point of 12% plus. And again, this is being charted with 42 vision. Now, here we are with CASI, and CASI is one of those that we caught just a few minutes before the bell. It was sitting at 143 when we caught it, and it hit a highest point of 10% plus. If this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments, and it was very volatile in the first 2 hours of the day, and then it continued to push itself back up, and it's kind of pulling back down towards the after hours. Now, it had a nice bounce from the lows all the way up to these highs, and we're going to talk about it in just a moment because the most recent low that was touched is right here at 742, and it was a little bit below that 750 range that I've talked about, that if that got broken through, it was going to be significant to watch between $7.50 and $7 how this reacted, or if it would get out of it. But if it broke through 750, it could test newer lows. Now, the big question is this going to be another bull trap? We've seen plenty of bull traps with Clover Health Investments. Clover Health Investments right now, with the inflow, it's a little bit weak. So things are moving pretty quickly, and yes, there's volume, but for the longer term story here of the next several days and weeks, it's going to be very important for this to actually stay up, okay? It doesn't have to go volatility to the upside, but if not, don't test those lows again, right? Stay above $8. Stay in this range. Form a channel, right, within this area where it was actually at before it fell down to these lows, right? Within this area, kind of stay around here. It doesn't have to go crazy to the upside. Just not go down to the craziness to the downside. If not, just sideways. And if it could stay within that area, it's going to show some strength from down here, creating that staircase effect where it can actually continue once there's another catalyst after consolidating and then taking off to the upside. So it's going to be super important to watch this. Now, if this goes into weakness all over again, starts retesting lows, it can actually go back towards 750, break through it, and then we have 742 to watch very carefully. And then we have to see how it reacts between that area and $7. And we know that the 52-week low is $6.31, so it's in the $6 range and low sixes. And this stock has broken through $7. So if this goes towards 7, we know that there's more support levels to be tested based off the history of the chart. So right now the stock, its short float is not as high as many people would expect it to be. It's just a little bit over 10%. I think it's around 13-12%. This needs a little bit more than that for a squeeze to happen, but a lot of investors are expecting that squeeze in the near future, and especially if retail investors load up and then that 12-13% keeps on getting higher, that will be a big catalyst. And if it doesn't, all it takes is for retail investors to push this up significantly, and also institutional investors just piling on in, making the shorts have to turn from bears to bulls to push this up even further. So some key levels we need to watch, obviously, is right here. I would use this midway point, 802. And if you want to round that down, $8. That is a significant support level to see if there's strength here or if things are going into weakness. Now, the lowest point of the day, 770. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, get deeper into bearish territory, and move even quicker to the downside, right? And then we have other supports to watch. But to the upside, the highest point of the day was 823. That needs to be broken through and turn into a support so that the bulls can reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and get themselves back up to the 857 range and continue the staircase effect with momentum to the upside. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so that you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can receive the insight as well. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. So I just want to briefly share with you guys a big update for the Patreon. There's a new tier level called 42 Vision, and you'll have to click see all levels. Click the drop down and you'll see it at the bottom. It gives you all the insight on what 42 Vision is and how to gain access to it. And by joining, you'll gain access to all the other tier levels benefits, such as the Discord, the daily watch list. You'll gain access to the weekly watch list and Patreon posts. You'll get access to the videos I post and the 42 Vision indicator. What is the 42 Vision indicator? Well, it shows you in the charts based off specific levels being met, and I do a whole entire video explaining how I use it and how it's actually improved my vision, right? No pun intended, 42 Vision on the charts. And you can see here the whole color scheme of how the chart is looking compared to a regular chart, right? You can see where there's actual momentum, you can see where there's actual weakness, you can see when the reversals are happening, and where there's probably slight pullbacks that don't turn out to be so weak, and it's actually a pullback setting up for another bull run. And you can see it here where this just looked red. Me looking at it in a regular chart would make me actually flinch or make a decision and get a little hesitant. But right there with 42 Vision, I could still see that there's some strength, even though it went to weakness. It shifted pretty quickly, and then it just continued into today. And even right here, this pullback is still showing some strength, even though it's red. It's something to monitor and pay close attention to, because once it starts shifting like that, it could shift into further weakness, or it can actually be a pause and continue even higher, like we saw right here, and it continued into today. So that is something you guys can definitely check out. I do a full video explaining everything about it over at the Patreon, how I use it, and how it's giving me the vision to see what's going on in the charts behind the scenes per candlestick, because there's a lot to it, right? You got to look at the RSI, the MACD, you got to look at the volume, you got to look at the inflow versus the outflow, the momentum, and so forth. So definitely something you guys can check out. If you're interested, the link is down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.